Hello. Welcome to Ezana Tube. I'm the host Ezana. Today is September 17, 2022. ሰላም akkam Oromiyaa akkamitti garuu loomii መስከረም ሸውዓተ ኢስራን ዓሰርተ ሓሙሽተ እዩ ብጌዛ ኣቆፃፅር እንኳን ደሃ መፅኣኩም እናበልኩ ህፅር ዝበለት ዜና ሒዘልኩም መፅአ የላኩ The news as follows. The news from the northern part of Ethiopia, the Abiy Ahmed government air force continues bombarding in the Tigray region, Ethiopia. According to the news, shows that the Abiy Ahmed air force, which is Ethiopian air force, bombarded by air power using drones and jets in Shire, Mekelle again. Continues become regular now, continuously bombarding in Mekelle city as well. Also Wukro, the Abiy Ahmed bombarding. Also not only in the Tigray region, even outside of the Tigray region, continuously bombarding in Abergele, in Adiarkai, and so on, increasingly day by day. The Abiy Ahmed, shows clearly a genocidal war. These drones are bombarding hospitals, residential areas. So this shows because the Abiy Ahmed government getting huge losses on the front line. So he's taken a revenge on civilians in the Tigray region. Continuously, a lot of people died, a lot of injured, and this is what we have received from the Tigray region and surrounding area as well. On frontline news, the heavy war continues between the Tigray Defense Forces and Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki army and their allies. A lot of frontline to cover, but today I'm going to concentrate on the Shiraro frontline. But the heavy war continues by Adiarkai, Abergele, and all over the place by Waldia, a lot of places in the western Tigray, and the Tigray Defense Forces scoring big and eliminating the enemy forces piece by piece. And now when I go on the Shiraro front line, we know that the enemy forces thought that they won the war, and they under control the Shiraro, but this is systematically pulled back by the Tigray Defense Forces because they don't want to have a war in the city where the innocent civilians live. So they have to pull those enemy forces out of these cities and towns, and then that's where the game started, and that's how they eliminating these forces. So according to the news shows near Shiraro and surrounding area there, we know that there is a heavy war between the Tigray Defense Forces and Abiy Ahmed Isaias Afwerki army combined, and they came massive, like a wave on this front line. That's why the Tigray Defense Forces had to pull back. So they won these forces piece by piece, and according to the news, also shows a lot of them getting eliminated by the Tigray Defense Forces. The news we have received from the Eritrean side, nearby towns, cities, hospitals are full of wounded Eritrean soldiers, and this continues because of the massive losses on the Eritreans and the Abiy Ahmed forces. Now they are both of them in Ethiopia. The Abiy government kidnapping young ones to recruit for military training. The same on the other side in Eritrea. the Isaias Afwerki government are forcing forget about your old, sick or young. We told you that as young as 11 years old are participating in this war. They don't care, both of them. They just want to keep their power continues. But we know even on the deadbeat front and Diabo, lot of like you can say it's a really disgusting like dead soldiers all over the place, thousands and thousands of them, unbelievable. So these two governments are continues this massive young ones, Ethiopians, young ones are getting destroyed in this nonsense war, and the heavy war continues, and the Tigray Defense Forces are almost nearly controlling Shiraro back to their hands again. I'm sure we're gonna hear it the next hours or day. This good news, but the news shows from there the Tigray Defense Forces are eliminating these forces piece by piece. That's what we have received from there. At the end, the new elect Somalian President Hassan Sheikh Mohammed heading to the United States, and one of his agenda is he's asking help to get released about 5,000 Somalian soldiers who got trained in Eritrea, and President of Eritrea, dictator Isaias Afwerki, refused to return all these soldiers. We know that the president of Somalia been in Eritrea last time when he got elected, and now he asked the Americans to interfere and to use their power to release those 5,000 Somalians who are based in by Sawa area in Eritrea. And this is what I have for you today, and thanks for watching.